water, earth, fire, air,
and the Holy Spirit.
What the hell are you talking about?
You'll get it. It's a bit. It's what us editors do. You wouldn't understand.
Oh, it's just an editor joke. You wouldn't know, host.
Just an inside
idiot.
joke. You're just the facey guy. You're just the
spoilers for Of Blood and Fire. We forgot to discuss the fact that the Fae had let Cahill go when he found him with the hatched egg.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
It seemed like a bigger deal. He just kind of let it slide.
It seems like you should kill it then, right? Like, don't report back to... You know, sometimes your boss is like, check in with me, but other times, like, get the work done, you know?
The one counter thought I had, because I did think about it, and I was like, maybe Thane Morton and crew are actually really just greedy, and they're doing some villain malpractice. And they're like, we're going to turn him to our side. He's the last, newest Dragonborn.
That's a classic... All right. What are we? We're 1 minute in. That's a classic Wheel of Time move.
I was gonna say it's a classic Sith Lord. It's a Sith Lord. It's a.
You were supposed to destroy the Sith.
Anakin.
Yeah. In other news, on Crypto King Island in Tomodachi Life, living the dream.
Ooh, excellent. How's Hadrian? How's Trey Anastasio?
Elphaba and Trey Anastasio are in love.
No.
And they moved in together. Wow. Hadrian, somehow, most charismatic guy on the island. I gave him a set of maracas, and he's just shaking those things out in the park. And we're trying to set up Peter Ansbach from Goose and Glinda the Good.
This is a sneak peek of what would have happened to Hadrian if he actually found peace in his first negotiations with the Cielsen.
If he became the spice trader?
Yeah, if he actually went with Janan and traded spices.
Yeah, this is the opposite of a cautionary tale. Don't pursue genocide, pursue maracas.
Give up on your dreams. Find a nice woman. Settle down.
Settle down. Stop trying to change the world. Let the world change you.
Yeah, man. Preach.
Is that... Try to figure out if there's any wisdom there. Doesn't matter.
Speaking of wisdom, I discovered a new pet peeve last night. Wow, it's been a really busy week. Which is... singers explaining in too rich of detail the genesis of their songs before they sing them.
Who did this to you?
This was a young woman with a very good voice named Xenadelphia, who is some like TikTok singer that Angela took me to.
Is she from Philadelphia?
Good. She is from Philadelphia, yes.
This is a song about how my grandma got blown up by a bazooka.
R.I.P. my granny. To her credit, very good singer. It was a pretty fun show. But this girl is like 23 years old, and she started every song with like a full speech about, this song is about when I was anxious in my project group in college, and I had a crush on a boy, and I was really wondering how it was going to work out. It's just like, yo, you have not have enough lived experience to
really
tell me what your song is about.
A lot of the mystique out of the song, doesn't it?
Yeah. And then the other one was like, I was feeling really bad last year because I thought my whole life was already behind me. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
You're
are 18.
Yeah. I'm sitting here so tired because it's a weeknight, and your life is very much in front of you. Mine is dead.
I will say, for an older gentleman as I am compared to these Gen Zers, I went to 2 shows on weeknights this week. Pretty proud of myself.
Kind of incredible.
Shout out DJ Tony, holding it down at the Bossa Nova Civic Club. Woo.
Does Tony listen? No, he doesn't listen.
No, of course not.
Okay, that's fine. None of our friends too. Yeah, I'm going back to Xenadelphia. As a 34-year-old white man, I was watching an interview with David Foster Wallace.
As one does.
And yeah, I was late. I was high. And he said he did the opposite of Xenadelphia. He started talking about his books. He's like, man, me just like explaining what these are about really feels dumb. And I think maybe just read the book.
That's kind of how I felt. I'm like, let me listen to your song, and then I'll try to figure out what it means.
And I don't know, man. I've written a little bit, and it's like usually usually like the themes of a book are pretty simple, but they're given some color by like the characters and the context and all the action and shit. But but just saying like this is a story about friendship. It's like, all right, no, I don't think I'm doing my own work justice here.
Imagine like Dylan explaining the plot of Hurricane before he sang all 8 minutes of Hurricane. Just like, this is the story.
There is a boat on Lake Superior called the Edmund Fitzgerald. It was 1892. It was a big storm. You wouldn't think there'd be a storm that big on a lake, but there was. Anyways.
Anyway, we're book 2 is better. This is The Fall.
5:30 in. It's not that bad. We've done worse.
It's in the title. You clicked it.
Yeah. And it's this, I feel it's the third episode we've done on our boy Cahill. So
Yep.
I doubt anyone's jumping in here. So maybe tolerance for
Well,
cancer.
unless they're in the
oh shit.
not fair and seal or whatever order we're in.
What's the name of the other order?
Falansier is what we're in.
Felonseer is what we're on.
Is it like Svidarya or something like that?
Yeah, that's it. Okay,
That's
I'm
toughy.
asking because I actually have a placeholder in my summary to make a joke about this Waldir. Route.
Is it because it's literally just one book changed with the other?
I was thinking about that again.
I will.
Yeah,
I'll give the Cahill audience some credit. I feel like if they read Will of the Many, they'd understand what chapter they were in.
Well, they can read.
Yeah.
I'm convinced. I bet you couldn't find an audience with a higher like audiobook to paper book ratio. Will of the Many, because I'm convinced almost none of those people can read. Again, no disrespect to Islington.
No, we had a lot of fun.
To the subreddit, people are posting garbage.
On the other hand, the Cahill subreddit has been lovely.
Unbelievable.
We did our little announcement post today. They were recording, and everybody was so nice. Thank you for all the kind words if you're listening.
Yeah. Regardless of how we feel about the rest of the series, we feel great about you guys.
Yeah, number one in our hearts.
I'm feeling real confident about me loving this series.
Oh yeah, this book.
Right now.
This let's do a little.
Yeah. Now can we talk about The Fall?
This book slapped.
This was great, and I'm so glad I read it second.
It was like
yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
Just like 4 tight 20-ish page sections.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Read
First
one
of all,
them like
multi-POV. Who knew it could be a thing?
great. Yeah. Not one genocidal 600-year-old freak who loves poetry in Rome. Just 4 different people. Crazy. Yeah, this was sick as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I can't imagine reading this without the context from book 1. Although I'm sure people have enjoyed it without. But yeah, this was so sick just to get like the Bard version of this story and then to go back and get it in like full 3D IMAX.
Yeah, and I love the novella. I mean, I was thinking like, could this fit in as an extended prologue to book 1? Because book 1's not that long. I mean, like 450 or something. And this would just tack another 80, 90 on it. But it feels too long to be a real prologue. So I really like this path that we chose. And it just added a bunch of fun action to the whole story and a bunch of historical context.
Yeah. It is like a cool thing that I wonder if it's something he's only really able to do because he was self-published and like has this direct line to his audience.
Yeah.
I know Sanderson does it too. Like he puts out the novellas, but I feel like, or maybe that's just a great thing about fantasy is like, you have just this giant canvas and you can just pop out like a 90-page novella to flesh things out. But this is like such a fun thing that he gave away for free. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He gave it away for free. Apparently, as I was kind of looking through the series order, I think there's at least 1, if not 2 other novellas.
Yeah.
So it's great. We're just going to go big book, little book.
Yeah. And I saw they're doing the Broken Binding like special edition of The Fall is coming out soon. I was on Cahill's Instagram and he showed a video of him signing like 600 books in 2 hours or some shit. Sando mode. I think it's disrespectful to Brandon Sanderson's audience that he signs autographs while podcasting.
He's incredible.
Can you not give us your brain for fucking 30 minutes a week?
It does put off this vibe that like I literally don't have time to eat, you peasants. Like there's no time in my week.
And there's no way it's not affecting you, right?
Right.
You're losing definitely 5, maybe 10% of your brain power by signing, right?
Just by and also just when you see the volume at which he's signing, it does, to me, it would cheapen it a little bit. No, again, no disrespect. It's awesome. I would love a signed Brando Sando, but it's not like a collector's item the way a rare signature would be.
So you're more a fan of the $10,000 edition of Red Rising.
Yes.
Anderson autographing books for the people.
Yes.
Completely agree.
Capitalism is here for a reason.
Bingo. And that's why we loved Sun Eater.
Hey,
is it summary time?
Yeah. Would you like to read our message from our sponsor?
We get another corporate sponsor this week.
Yep.
Thank God we
just sent that over to you.
Can feed my cats this week. This summary is brought to you by Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll, thousands of shows about the power of friendship for people who have given up on making any. Crunchyroll. And with that, we bring you a summary of The Fall. The Fall is a novella best known as the second book in the Felonseer reading order for Ryan Cahill's The Bound and the Broken, and second best known as the first book in the Svidarya reading order for Ryan Cahill's The Bound and the Broken, which is not endorsed by the Book 2 is Better reading order committee. The Fall is the story of the fall of the Order at the hands of the chronically misunderstood mage and gentleman, Fane Mortem. Unlike of Blood and Fire, which begins with 3 farm boys getting ready for some sort of quaint little harvest festival, the fall begins with armies of dragons puking fire under a blood moon while coked-out Uraks ransack a city. The novella is broken into 4 parts. First follows the leader of the Order, Alvira, a badass warrior lady with a surprisingly country name. After a bit of ass-kicking, Alvira and her dragon meet a tragic end at the hands of elven traitor and gullible idiot Eltuar. The second section follows Brother Captain Calinvor of the Knights of Achyron, who are a private police force acting under divine mandate. It's nice to finally see my own politics reflected in fantasy. Without belaboring things, Calinvor and the rest of the KOA jump through a portal to defend the Order, get most of their people killed, then portal jump back home. Good work, fellas. Corin, one of the Order's dragon riders, is the subject of Section 3. She gets sent on Operation Rescue Dragon Eggs, which is a tough assignment because all the eggs were already smashed when she went out to rescue them. One of her fellow Jiralades with the very fantasy name Dylan loses his dragon in a tussle with a Fade, Eltuar, and his big chungus of a dragon, Helios. Dylan can't take the pain of losing his dragon, so he tells Corin to escape so he can die in a blaze of glory, and die he does. Eltuar is the subject of the final section. We are treated to an examination of what must be the most suggestible mind in all of Epheria. He's feeling kind of bad about killing all of his former friends, but keeps assuring himself that the means justify the ends. Ends justify the means. What am I talking about? Do the means justify the ends? If I'm having a good time killing people, is that okay? Okay, anyways, back to the summary. The Dralade cannot be subject to the orders of sniveling princes and petty kings. They must be liberated so they can bring true peace to the land. And then Fane Mortem commits genocide. The end.
Yay. Woo.
Fun stuff. The means do justify the ends.
The means always justify. It's not about the destination, man.
It's about... I hadn't thought of that. Journey before destination is the means justify the ends.
It is. It truly is.
Anderson, answer for yourself.
I always knew there was something wrong.
Yeah. All right, so which hat Atelier? Done with this shit?
Yeah. Dude, episode 4, we get the whole Atelier town. Unbelievable. What a reveal.
You've seen someone shop for a wand. Have you seen someone shop for a pen?
And, okay, here's my biggest gripe with the episode. And I know there's many. But I wanted more shopping and whatever Diagon Alley experience that we got from Harry Potter.
Go wild with it.
Yeah, with all the wands floating around and choosing their person. This was just a dude milking a tree.
He did maybe have sex with the tree.
And for any listener who has no idea what we're talking about, I don't care. I'm having a great time.
No, I feel like the point. Watch Witch Hat Atelier on our corporate sponsor, Crunchyroll's website.
Wow.
There you go. Okay, The Fall, folks. Let's do it, baby. Should we start at the start?
Yeah, I think so.
Elvira.
Weehaw.
Here your dragon's gonna die.
Yo, Alvira, we hardly know her, but what a
It's
homie.
sad, man. She made quite an impression.
She really did. She really did. I felt betrayed. I felt offended.
I was betrayed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know this isn't probably what is like first in order of priorities, but goddamn, was it fun seeing Aeson and Farda.
You mean
Those boys are
Officer
old.
Officer Farda?
Officer Farda.
They're old
Yeah,
as
man.
fuck. This is 400 years before book one. They're very old.
That's nuts that Kaelin and Dan and Rist have been traveling around the world with two 400-year-old men.
And they look good.
Creepy.
They look good.
They shouldn't be hanging out with 18-year-olds. Go play Mahjong.
Oh, did you see they're coming out with a Mahjong movie with like an all non-Asian cast?
Is it like the Emoji Movie?
Yeah, it's like by Hasbro or whatever.
Is it about people who play Mahjong, or is it Mahjong tiles with personalities?
Dude, I don't know. I need to see. I just learned about this last night. I haven't done my research, but
The Queen's Gambit 2. Now freaky-looking Anya Taylor-Joy picks up Mahjong.
that's really gonna offend some communities.
What?
A non-Asian Mahjong cast? Get out of here.
Yeah. Man, if you thought Scarlett Johansson being in whatever the fuck anime adaptation was bad. Who would be the worst white person to cast in a Mahjong movie?
Dave Franco.
No. Wait, why would you say Dave Franco when you could have said James Franco?
I kind of pretend James Franco doesn't exist at this point.
Man. There were signs.
His creepy
should-
NYU
we
professor self.
We should have known sooner.
Yeah,
My boy's a little too eager to get back to college. Mm-hmm. Anyways,
true that. Back to the book.
Elvira.
Interesting facts we learn in the first couple of pages with her. One is Dralids cannot detect blood magic, although they can detect other forms of magic. So fades and the like are quite difficult opponents for them. And also spirit magic. We learn kind of our first usage of. It can soothe emotions.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know, man, but
Is
it
spirit
felt like
just going to be the like? Well, that's what they're using for healing.
Yeah, healing, or I think like a soother, like in the Cosmere.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I wonder. Fingers crossed for some good lower corner with Rist in Magic School in book 2.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
It's also, I feel like I can already see that Cahill's got a pretty good imagination
Yes,
for like applying his own magic system. And also just like this book is so much wilder and freakier and more fantastical than the first one, and it just makes me way more excited for the rest of the series because seeing him like unconstrained here was really fun. So
yeah, it's such a fun fast forward of what we can imagine the characters in book 1 to be at the full heights of their power. Like we get this flashback to the ancient powers, and yeah, his creativity is amazing. Like the earth magic is OP. He's splitting people in half with caverns that they create in the grounds, like lightning
was
shooting
great.
everywhere. It's so fun.
yeah, just turning the floor to mud, then freezing it again.
Yeah,
I would be pranking people 24/7 with that.
just some Three Stooges.
Hey, can you run over here real quick? Oh, sorry, you broke your shins.
Banana peel.
Oh no, is there a rift beneath your bed?
It feels somewhat limitless. I think that's where I am interested to see how he develops it more practically. Is it's like the only limit right now is your energy, But
Yeah.
if you're, well, I don't know, if your fitness age is young, like, or you just have unlimited power, like what's the deal? But
Don't give Dan unlimited magical power.
I want him to have some cool powers.
Yeah. All right. Maybe hook him up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel bad that I don't have a tremendous amount to say about Elvira's section, other than just like a nice introduction to the order.
Yep.
And she seemed cool. Wish she were not dead.
Yep. I think the only couple big things, right? We get a little lore corner about the gods of the universe.
Yeah.
I will
7
read
of those
them.
bad boys.
Varen and Haraya, Mama and Papa, gods. Elyara and Achyron. I wanted to read this so that people get mad at me for it.
Wait, is it Archeon?
It's
or
Achyron.
What did I say in the summary?
I don't know.
Oh, I blew it. I'm sorry. I went from memory.
Achyron also is the ship in Master and Commander that HMS Surprise ends up entangled with. Fun fact.
It always comes up, doesn't it?
It's a great movie.
Fish and Master and Commander are our two most referenced other media empires.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
That's great.
That's the Maiden and the Warrior gods. Hephaesir and Neron, the Smith and Sailor, and Ephialtir, the traitor god who betrayed the others at the dawn of creation.
What was Ephialtir's deal before he was the traitor god?
I tried to figure it out, but in this book it just says
He was the cobbler god, but really went nuts.
it said that he betrayed them at the dawn of creation. That's all we get.
So he's just bad from the jump.
Yeah. I thought there was gonna be like a fallen.
So did
angel
Mama and Papa
situation.
make a traitor god?
Dude, there was just like 8 statues. I'm reading as much into it as I
I
can.
don't want you guys to get too comfortable. Shepherd god. We made a traitor god. He's gonna fuck with you.
But anyway, Alvira walks into the big room with the big statues.
Elvira.
Yep. And figures out that her boy has betrayed the council and murdered them and hung them up like puppets from the ceiling, which is really wild.
So, I got a question. Did Eltuar hang him up from the ceiling?
Seemed like.
That feels inconsistent with the Eltuar we saw later.
I don't know, man. He does a lot of murder.
He does, but I feel like he wouldn't showboat, you know? He's like, we're doing this to fix the order. We're going to bring, peace to the land. But that doesn't mean human chandelier.
But he hates the council. This was specifically the council.
Anti-bureaucracy.
What did they do to him? I have this question for the whole thing. Like, what is so bad that a few bureaucrats did?
You kept sending me on side quests.
I know. Actually, he does break it down. He's like, they invaded a country just for its gold.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
I don't know.
You made me bring you 15 iron ingot for no reason.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, anyways.
Question. Did you just think about lightsaber duels during the Soul Blade battle?
No, I did not.
They're different colors, and they pull them out like a fucking lit up wand.
I probably should have got a little Mace Windu purple.
Yeah, the bad guys are
like-
red and black. The good guys are blue. You know.
Yeah. And some of the boys have green, a lot of green
Yes,
stuff, which
okay.
has always been my favorite. I was always a big Qui-Gon guy, obviously. Rest in peace.
Rip.
Yeah, and the green rift. That was really
Yes.
doing it for me.
Agreed.
Yeah. Okay.
That's pretty much it.
All right, let's move on. Brother Captain Kalimvor of the Knights of Achyron.
What a bunch of masochistic little freaks.
These guys simply did not get the job done.
Pain is the path to strength.
Yeah, why did they have like 14 sayings like Journey Before Destination?
They just run in, spouting quotes, scramble around for 10 minutes, and then dip.
I'm going to come in, quote the art of war, get killed, rift out. Thank you.
It is so good. And so they accomplish nothing.
It's also, aren't there like fucking 12 of them?
Yeah, no, it's not his squad is just like 10. And then I think half of them just get killed brutally.
Achyron, if you want to you got to make more than 10 of your guys if you really want them to matter.
Those sigils are hard to make, man.
For a god. You think it'd be a little easier, but surely 10 people can defeat all evil.
Yeah. I want to know. I want to see their hideout. This like cave they live in before they hop through the rift.
Dude, this was the most superhero-y a fantasy has ever seemed to me. I just felt like they were in the Batcave with the big screen, like, Knights, shall we assemble and say our sayings?
But it was like a superhero a la like Invincible, where everything goes wrong and the superheroes all die.
Here's my prediction for book 2. They're still going to be licking their wounds from this. Like
Well,
they're going to be like too ashamed to show themselves in public.
the one that we've seen in book one is not cool. He's still not a cool guy. It's like your typical dude cosplaying a knight, like a knight in shining armor.
Yeah, is he? Here's a question: is that guy like a full ass member, or do they have acolytes who are like, I'm a follower of the guys with sentinel armor?
It would be funny if instead of it actually being like a continued secret cult that has the power of God and stuff, it's just like dudes cosplaying.
He's got a pajama pants and a cape.
Yeah. Mom
That
said
would be
I was
good.
big and brave and strong.
Oh, don't mind him. He just thinks he's a knight of Achyron. We let him do it. He drinks out of a bowl like a dog.
His name's Braden.
It's Braden. Just let him be.
Fun.
Okay.
My fun part of this is we meet the blood marked, the Uruk freaks.
I'm so into blood ruined Uraks.
Yeah, big boys.
Dream blunt rotation, my friends.
Whoa.
Yeah, those guys are like a lot stronger than the ones Cahill and Dan and Rist killed in the forest.
Yeah, these are crushing machines.
Who be making those?
The god.
Does a god directly makes them?
So that's the funny thing is that even like, so spoiler towards the end here, but Fane Morton at the end is like, yeah, we don't even control those Uruks. They control that stupid weird god.
Yeah.
I'm confused
guess-
about the relationship because in part one, Eltuar wants to get like reborn via the bad god,
Right.
but they don't like the creatures of the bad god, but they work with them. So I don't know. There's a little
They're
tension there.
stinky.
They're
Do
stinky.
you like everyone you work with?
Yeah,
Officially, yes.
yeah, they're great.
Yeah. I want a Fane POV. Show me the deal you made with the devil. What are the
100%.
terms? What are the
100%.
terms? What does the traitor god get out of this?
Right?
He just wants more. His goal is to see a world filled with treachery.
But filled with honor.
Well, you have to have the honor to have the treachery.
Indeed.
Yeah. Can't shoot the shooter. Think about that.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you
what
think
section?
of dragons, dude? This is our first dragon reveal.
Size matters, man.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Helios, god of the dragons.
There's some Islington for you. This fucker's as big as the sun.
I thought it was pretty fun. Like, I don't know, there's so many series where dragons have special little powers and stuff, and that's what it's all about. This is just like, yo, my dragon's big.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, I wonder if there's going to be like a Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon.
Right.
It's like, nope, it's just small boys and big boys. High
That's
school
a 10
football.
out of 10 movie, by the way. How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh my God, we showed it to Kathy's sister and she didn't like it, and that's when I was like, damn, I can probably never recommend something to you again. Because if you
That's
don't like that,
brutal.
what the fuck do you like?
I mean, that's just a gem of a movie.
She said there's too much bullying.
But with sorry.
People are mean to, what's his name? Flick? He's got
I
no.
forgot
Flick
his
is from
name.
Bugs Life. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Toothless.
Doesn't
Oh
matter.
man, I saw some guy posting online, and he was going to some sort of con to meet Toothless for the 20th time,
Whoa.
and he was getting all of his Toothless merch on, and he had like 20 plushies that he would like strap to his, the strap of his satchel and his shoulders and stuff. More power to him.
More power
Toothless
to him.
is great.
You like
Toothless
what you
is great.
like, you know?
Not here to yuck your yum.
No, I'm not yucking your yum.
Listen, unless it's the Will of the Many subreddit where people have to color code the chapters, then I'm here to yuck it.
Oh, part 3.
Part 3.
Dragon Bound. Corin.
The dramatic heart of the novella?
Yeah.
Question mark?
Yeah, this was the big journey. Like the rest were little snippets of action scenes. This was like
Yeah.
a full emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, this is great. So, okay, before I forget it, we're meeting Corin, right? Gotta be alive. Because she gets away and she's got the spark.
Yep. I think she would
and oh, and her friend, not Arwen, Farwen.
be. Yes.
Yeah, Farwen was cracking me up. So they're good, but yeah, their quest is to go to the hatchery.
Mm-hmm. Egg
Trader
quest.
God be betraying.
I got sad because I really wanted there to be like an egg, like smuggling egg quest in the middle of this, and
It would have been great setup for future books to be like, actually, there's this crazy hermit lady somewhere out there who has 100 dragon eggs.
turns out she got none.
Yeah. Well, I want more dragon lore. Are there any out there in the wild?
Well, I
Or
mean,
are
we
they
had
all
to.
being ridden by freaks.
There had to be an egg eventually because that's what our MC got.
The dragon or the egg conundrum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine they
Where did
saved
they?
it from
Yeah.
one
Are
of
we gonna
these
get more
towers.
details about where they got that egg?
They said there's like 4 towers, right? Because he's like, go to the north. Like, who is it? Her teacher, who's a pretty badass lady riding the dragon, goes off to the north tower.
Oh, is that
save-
like far away?
It
It
seems
wasn't
like
in
it
the
was
same
far
city?
away. Yeah,
Oh, okay. I for some reason thought that was
Could be
like
wrong.
just the other side of town.
could be
Oh,
wrong.
that would be
but
cool.
I figured
like
they
that.
were like scattered towers, and at least one of them, ended up having eggs, and that's how we have eggs 400 years later. But
I mean, surely we'll get something in book 2 about how they got that egg.
well, the dragon riders are coming straight to the castle in book 2. Don't forget.
Can I give you a spoiler for chapter 1 of book 2?
Yes.
Correct. They're coming.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then our dear friend Dylan.
Poor Dylan.
Sad boy. But this feels like a great setup for the rest of the series, seeing how horrendous it is when your dragon dies.
Yeah, and Corin also defeats one of the turned Draleds or whatever and kills that lady's dragon. The lady's like, just kill me. Like,
That was interesting.
yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, a very cold but very badass move to Corin to be like,
Peace. Deuces.
yeah, all right, kill yourself then.
And
I'm gonna do it for you.
so this little saga introduces us to the concept of the Rakina, which are broken, I guess, former dragon-bound folks whose dragons die.
Yeah.
And they're
what
like,
was that really cool quote in Blood and Fire about how the Elvish have a different term for it? They're like the
Yeah.
broken. They're like those who. It's not those who survived. It's something about like those who persevered or something.
yeah, it's a bit more. It feels more complimentary, I think.
Yeah, I thought that was a cool.
Yeah, and it gives us some fun context into Aeson and how badass he must be to have survived as a broken
know,
for 400
I know.
years.
I was thinking if he feels even like a tenth of what I felt when Mr. Carrots died, then I don't know how he got through it.
Yeah, Mr. Carrots, R.I.P.
Worst day of my life. It was not the worst day of my life.
That was a bad day, but
It was a bad day though.
it was a bad day.
That cat ruined my house.
He peed in the basement so many times.
So much pee in our basement. Almost made our house uninhabitable, but
But man, was he a good
goddamn was I
loaf.
sad to see him go.
He was such a
But
good
man, he liked sitting on you. Yeah. Good boy.
I'd come visit in Portland and just sit on your couch for 9 straight hours with carrots on me. It was so
Yeah, I have a really good photo of Travis sitting on my couch reading Malazan with Mr. Carrot's pissed boy right on his chest. The
good. Like,
best.
this is how I get through a 1,200-page book. This is it.
Yeah. Okay. Do we have more from Corin's section?
Not much. I mean, no eggs. This is where Earth magic became really fun for me. That
Yeah.
They start chopping dudes in half and stuff.
Yeah, the opening the floor and cutting someone in half is really good.
Really cool.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it for this section.
Yeah. And then, okay, so on to Eltuar. This, I mean, I think less happened.
Right.
You know, obviously he fights Dylan and has a kind of freak out. You actually thought the, like, emotions were really well done here, where, like, obviously he feels horrible, but then, like, when Dylan starts pushing him, he lashes out, and you could
Yeah.
sort of feel like his anger was coming from so many directions, like his anger at himself for doing what, you know, this and what Dylan's saying. And it's just like the only way that he could express what he was feeling was through just fury.
Yeah.
That is really good. Really well done.
I agree. I mean, you could actually feel him getting backed into a corner, and it's like,
Yeah.
he's trying to defend these things that he's talked to himself into them being unshakable beliefs, and they have to be unshakable because of the actions he took. Like,
Yeah.
there's no waffling when you just committed this type of sin, you know? Like, you have to convince yourself you were in the right. And so eventually he just, you know, for lack of the ability to argue his way out of it, just gets to chopping.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
Truly. And also just the regret I think he feels about the baby dragons was interesting.
Yeah. We'll get to Fane, but interesting that Fane was also like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Wasn't part of the plan.
But I guess it feels naive to me. This feels not fully fleshed out as a plan in some ways.
I mean, yeah, I guess if you're telling me that someone expected the blood-ruined Uraks to closely follow orders and not have things get out of hand, then that does seem kind of like a dumb assumption.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So, okay. I think we've heaped a lot of praise on the book. Let's end on a sour note.
Before we do, I'll give it one last flower.
Yeah, give it a flower.
Which is Cahill's creativity with blood magic is going to make us very happy, I think.
Oh, can we briefly talk about blood magic?
Yeah, you just build it. You build
Welcome
it
back
by
to
killing.
Gemstone Land. Yeah, it's like a
So
you
spark,
get like
spark
it's a
draws
limit
from
boost
you.
or some
Yep.
shit. Yeah, you got to
Spark draws from your soul. This one draws from souls of the dying. So as someone's dying, a la Taravangian, you may take things from them that give you power. And
I imagine there's going to be some horrendous death farms in the world filling up all of their blood magic gems.
yeah, because apparently you can
That's my
store
world-building
it.
prediction.
I guess like the good people, or people who are quite skilled, can store it. So you don't have to kill someone fresh. But
I wonder, do you have to kill someone or could someone just die? Can you just be like, I'm going to a nursing home?
it's a
I'm
good
gonna let
question.
this boy recharge for a little bit.
It's a good question.
Yeah. Anyways, that shit's very cool.
Yeah.
Seems like it has a lot of the same limitations. You can kind of burn yourself out. But yeah, more to come on that, I'm sure.
Yeah. And now to the part neither of us really liked as much.
Eltuar, I think, is supposed to be a sharp guy. He's given a lot of thought to this. Has he not talked to Fane before? Because it seems like Fane is a fucking crazy person who's in league with the devil god.
Clearly, Fane
And all this
talked
talk
him
about
into
the
this.
greater good and freeing the order and helping. This does not seem like a man who's interested in doing that.
No. This was a big turn for me, and it was actually kind of hard to draw a clear through line of their logic and their actions. Of just, there's this talk about like in the new world, honor is currency. But like, what the fuck does that mean? And then he just burninates an entire town.
I promised the traitor god I would destroy all these people.
Yeah.
That's what you're not seeing.
Fane whips his hood off. It's just such a villain reveal.
You know what's funny? I think this has come up in this novella and in the first book. Cahill's a couple times said, like, though he was only 6 feet tall, he was still quite imposing. It's like, all right, King, are you tall? So you're trying to tell us, Cahill? We get it, man. You're fucking tall. But to imply that someone who's 6 feet tall is short is wild.
Yeah, that is. I hadn't noticed that. That's a good pickup.
Yeah. It's a pretty normal but not short height.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about other heights. He said like dwarves are 5'1.5", and which is kind of rude. I guess isn't the average like person now like 5'7"?
Yeah. That's
Damn.
like, you're telling me Tommy Fleetwood of the PGA is a dwarf? I disagree.
The giants are at least 8 feet tall though, so that feels right.
Yeah.
The Jotnar.
Okay. So add that to the list of things to discuss with Cahill. Why can
Yes.
people who are 6 feet tall not be in power?
Yeah. What do you got against the short kings, man? The hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, this conversation's weird.
Do you think the intent was that this is like a kind of sudden, surprising pivot from Fane? Like Eltuar didn't think he would do this sort of thing, and now he's like, "Oh fuck, I made a deal with the wrong guy."
Potentially, but also like it feels like they've talked a lot. Like it feels like Fane and him planned this together. He was convinced that they're going to serve this new god. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why you would be surprised.
Yeah, it's just hard to imagine like planning an operation of this size and complexity without getting any understanding of the real motivations of the guy who's heading it up.
Right. But
But maybe he's tricky.
I don't know, maybe he didn't expect Fane to just, I guess, break this pact that he had with the god so easily.
So, would love to know how powerful Fane is on a day-to-day basis.
He's got a big gemstone on his chest.
Oh, and I did not think this was clear from the book, but I started book 2, and there's like a little plot summary, and it covers the fall, and it says that Fane, at that moment, ripped the continent in half.
Whoa.
Did you catch that from the novella itself?
No, it felt like it just burned. But I guess,
Yeah,
okay, a
so-
violent tremor ran under Eltuar's feet.
Yeah, so he ripped so if you look at the map, there's the Darkwood and the burned
Okay.
lands, and those are the result of what Fane did. So now the continent is
Interesting.
sort of like split in two by these two kind of impassable things.
Interesting.
So that's kind of fun.
That is fun.
Could
Very powerful.
I bet that'll be spelled out like in the text of book 2 because it was
Yeah.
not. Also, did Eltuar unalive himself? Don't want to get demonetized.
I didn't see that. Did I miss that?
No, hold on. Let me pull up the very end of the book. I feel like it'll be clear why I thought that.
Right, he reached out to Helios, let their minds sink into each other. Everything was shared, loss, anger, pride, fear. It's a good paragraph. He opened himself to the essence within the stone and let it consume him, let it burn away his pain. I saw that more as like just letting the rest of the blood magic
Be evil, baby.
heal him and like take it, he just gives in to the flow.
I was
But
wondering.
you could be right.
It wasn't mentioned in the summary at the start of book 2, but yeah, for whatever reason, my read was that he's just like, I'm gonna take in too much, and I'm just gonna let myself explode, and
Yep.
because I cannot live with what I did, which I think was wrong, but that was a very interesting ending that I thought happened for a little bit.
Yeah. And I gotta say, Cahill's writing throughout this entire novella is really good, though. It's very descriptive, very emotional, very action-packed.
Yeah, weird to compare to book 1 because they're
Right.
such different projects, but it definitely feels like the work of a writer a little bit later in his career.
Yeah. Makes me excited
and-
for book 2.
It gives me like such confidence that the rest of the series is going to be great.
Yeah.
So,
Did you happen to catch the glossary of this one?
no, because I kindled it.
It's in the
Click
Kindle. So kind of interesting. There's obviously just some like character stuff in here, but they talk about the races. There's a couple good nuggets in here that I think are going to be helpful moving forward. Humans. Humans first arrived on the continent of Epheria in the year 306 after Doom, fleeing from an unknown cataclysm in their homeland of Terrantia. Interesting.
You think same planet?
Same planet, seems like.
Question.
Question?
Just
I don't
different continent?
know. What is Doom? What was this cataclysm? Curious.
Yeah, that's interesting. I kind of thought, because they've referenced the Doom, and I was wondering if that was the Fane thing, but obviously that's not the Fane thing.
Yeah,
There's
this
some
was
other
well after
pre-Fane.
the Doom.
Yeah. What was this? This is like 2800 post Doom or whatever.
2682.
Okay.
Ha.
And this is 400-ish years before Cahill.
Yeah, so we're in like 3000 something.
Wow.
The year
We're
of
going to party like it's
3000.
3012 tonight.
Beep boop bop bop. Other fun fact: the elves actually, after they were pretty much defeated by Fane and the new Lorien Empire, actually split into two major factions. One of which hides out and is totally isolated, and the other is in the Darkwood that actually fights actively against the Empire. So there's
Cytheron's part of the coward faction.
maybe
Walks around and sings songs.
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, that feels like it'll come up. And then that's pretty much it. Yep, they just described the other races, but there's not any good new lore in there. But I thought that was interesting.
The human lore, that's good stuff, baby.
Exactly. And then, oh yeah, Ephialtir, the traitor god, Eltuar betrayed the other 6 gods at the dawn of creation. He turned his back on their ways, claiming his power through offerings of blood. That's all we get.
All right. Well, more to come.
More to come.
That's always a weird thing.
Yeah.
Thinking about gods before creation.
Right.
They're just kicking it in Mind Palace.
We should probably put something here.
Yeah. That was me before I downloaded Tomodachi Life and made Trey Anastasio date Elphaba.
Now you are the god of your own domain.
Well, the me's refer to you. They talk to you, and you get to pick your name, and I am God Emperor.
Of course you.
Thank you. They'll thank me, for like when I gave Hadrian maracas, he said, "Thank you, God Emperor."
Thank you, God Emperor,
for these maracas. Yeah, Hadrian is quickly becoming a flamboyantly gay man.
Good.
He walks around with his kind of knees turned in and his hands out, and he does a very dramatic courtly bow whenever you talk to him. Which that's canon.
Love him.
He is the fucking best. I love me, Hadrian. And I'm going to post him in that subreddit eventually. Once I'm just waiting to acquire a cape.
I saw that you posted from the podcast account in the fish subreddit with your me's.
Stop monitoring our account. It's not for you.
Oh, man.
Someone posted in the fish subreddit that
I saw.
they've been playing Tomodachi.
I got the notification.
Explaining
I
for
had
the
to go
audience.
look.
It's explaining for the audience.
I had to go look.
Because we have a lot of fish fans in the audience, I presume.
Of course.
If you're a fish fan and you listen to this show, let me know.
Well, we're going to let you know because I think book 2, our first discussion of book 2 will happen immediately after we both see Fish.
If I had to guess, I would say that there are no fish fans in our audience, but 2 people have been to a show, like with a cousin or some shit.
That's fair.
That's my guess. Okay. Anything else before we go? Anything to plug?
Nope.
Yeah, same. This is my only thing. So
that's all I got, man. We're going to try to do a YouTube. We'll figure it out. Don't worry.
Yeah, we're feeling incredibly boomery about this whole YouTube thing, but we're going to give it a shot somehow.
Yeah.
We want to get our content into your ears, maybe even into your eyes.
That'd be kind of cool.
Think about that. Okay. Anyways, we'll be back in like a week with first part. I bet we're going to do 3.
It seems like 3. It's an 8 or 900 pager.
Yeah, it's a chunky boy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we should be hitting you like a week after this comes out. So thank you all for listening. If you have any other Cahill fans in your life, please send this their way. Maybe they'll like it.
And shoot us a note. Talk to us. We're happy.
Yes, please. We respond to DMs really fast. We're both on our phones a lot. So.
Yeah, we don't have lives.
Yeah, not anymore.
Yo.
Well, I'm employed again. If anyone was worried that when I said I was unemployed, I had another job lined up.
I was just reflecting that this pod has lasted us through engagements, marriages, job changes, and I guess there's a big 3, but
next, death. Who do I replace you with once you die? I'm thinking Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider is a carrot.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.